In this video, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite activities to help students to practice their English and also to improve their speaking skill. The activity is just based on the imitation technique. This technique is all about copying something that a native speaker is saying. It teaches you to listen to the sounds and patterns of English and trains you to make those same sounds yourself. In that way, you're training your mouth with your ears. I'm going to show you some of the advantages. The advantages. Well, I highlighted 4 advantages, but it has more than this 4. The material. This is something that students always complain about, and in this case, the students are the ones choosing, and they get to choose their favorite TV shows, movies, or cartoons. The English level, this one is going to be up to them how challenging they want the activity to be, because the English level is actually based on the chosen material. The length of the activity is something that can be modified. It can be a really short activity or something a little bit longer. And this one is modified according to the teacher's instructions. In the practice, they get to practice not only pronunciation, they also practice stress, tone. They get to practice even body language. I divided the activity in 4 steps. And this is pretty much what I use as instruction. So for step 1, I share with the students the purpose of the activity. Step 2, I ask them to select their material, and I also ask them to set a limit to the length of the video. So if they chose a movie, they couldn't use the whole movie. They would only choose a clip that would last from 1 to 2 minutes. Step 3 is ask them to record the original video and the audio of the video, and they also need to speak at the same time. In this way, you can actually compare how close they are to the real pronunciation. And step 4, just make sure that the video can be played and it is ready to be shared. I'm going to show you some examples of the activity. I need to say that I do not claim any right over any of the following clips. All rights are preserved to the respective copyright owners. So this is our first example. This is the activity of a second semester student. He's actually from telesecundaria, and he chose the movie La La Land. So I'm going to show it to you.
I just think that people, when they say they, hate jazz, they don't have context. They don't know where it comes from. Jazz was born in a little float house in New Orleans, and just because people who claim in there spoke 5 different languages, they contacted each other. The only way to communicate was with jazz.
What about Kennedy? What?
What about Canadian?
I mean, what about later music? Jazz music. But I know. What about it for my life? I find it relaxing.
It's not relaxing. It's not.
Seeing you shit to sell somebody because he told him you were around, that's hardly relaxing.
Where I grew up, there was this station called K-Jazz 103, and people would just put on that station when they had a cocktail party.
Right. And every wall kind of just takes over it. I know. That's the problem.
Okay.
So I think that's part of the problem. You can hear it.
You have to see it. You have to see what's at stake. I mean, look at
This second example is actually from another second semester student, but she's actually studying chemistry. She chose a TV series called How I Met Your Mother, and she did it a little bit different because she didn't let the original audio to be heard. But you can see by the movement of the mouths of the actors that she got pretty close.
Look at these pictures again. Barney has the same pose in this shot, and these are like years apart. Oh, yes, about that. I never take a bad picture. Never have, never will. There has to be a bad picture of you. No, not one. What about from elementary school? Everyone has bad pictures from school. Not the barnacle. I always look drop dead stone cold amazing. Unlike Marshall, who just looks dead and cold. He was right, kids. Your Uncle Marshall does a lot of things well, but he does not take a good picture. They're not all bad, okay? Like Here, look at this one. My eyes are open. Marshall, no, you did put a bow on it. You put it, Barney? Sure. Aha, got it. A bad picture. Is it, Toad? No, wait, you were eating a chip. Where's the chip? It is physically impossible for me to take a bad picture. I don't know why. Ask God.
This third and last example is from a second semester student. She's studying English, and she chose the movie Catching Fire. So I'm going to show it to you.
Oh, there she is. Finally did the math, huh? And you come to what? Ask me to play? I'm here to drink. Oh, finally something I can help you with. What you say that Peter was here 45 minutes ago begging to save your life and you only just now show up? It means we have to save him. Could live 100 lifetimes and never to save that boy. Come on, Hamish. Nobody gets and never wins the game. Nobody ever wins the game, period. There are survivors. There's no winners. Peter has to survive. We have to do whatever it takes to save him. Alright, if they call his name, I will volunteer in his place. Hamish, thank you. But they call my name and Peter volunteers, there's nothing I can do. You can help me here in the arena, like you did for me. Oh, I think this game is gonna be different. I don't care. Do whatever you can. Peter lives, not me. Promise me.
Well, as you could see, it was a great activity for students to practice their pronunciation. And it's also a very nice way to work online. I would like to thank my students who consented their work to be presented. And just reminding you that we make these videos with educational purposes. We do not own the clips and music we use in most cases. All rights are reserved to their respective copyright owners, including the presentation template.